So the Boots, when they were in Washington D.C., I mean, that period there seemed to be a really, intense infatuation with Texas and Texas art. And so you have these huge Boots in Washington D.C. and I mean, does that infatuation with Texas art still exist? Is that still there?
I don't think so. I think what happened was, and of course now, the politics up to that point, some of the early famous politicians, Sam Rayburn and of course Lyndon Johnson, there have been a lot of characters who had gone from Texas to D.C. and ended up wielding a lot of power. And then of course since then we know what's happened after that as well. But when I was asked to do something and again it's because of the iguana that this guy called me up and said, look, I got this corner down there in D.C. We're doing experimental outdoor works. I'd like to have you come down and put something up. And so I'm going, D.C., what do you think? It's a Texas kind of artist guy. I know that they always promoted cowboy boots, those guys who were senators and reps in D.C. and occasionally LBJ would have his little hat and all that kind of stuff. I said, I think there could be a thing. And the real kicker was that's when Texas Chic, Cowboy Chic, had just come out. John Travolta in that one movie and a couple other films. And Dallas had come out the same year as the iguana went on top of the Lone Star. And so Larry Hagman and that whole thing.
Right.
I mean, that was on TV every week. I mean, it was there, Gillies Club down in, it was a big deal. So I said, I think I could slide this in, the giant pair of cowboy boots. But the other reason, of course, was the proportion of the corner. Had a pretty tall building there, and it was this long, skinny, narrow lot. And so I said, well, if I made these boots 40 feet high and 30 feet long, I'm doing two things. I'm filling up the lot nicely this way, and I'm going vertically to where it really has a presence and it looks great on that corner. And as it turned out, it really did look great on that corner. And Bob Schieffer, who is actually a Fort Worth guy, was on the evening news, and he was over there talking about the boots, and it was just wonderful. Oh, and crazy Stanley Marsh from Amarillo, that wild man, he came and sat on the boots. They had a guy named, he called himself Uncle Sam. He was official representative of the Capitol for handing out flags that had flown over the nation's capital. And he would put on the outfit, Uncle Sam outfit. He was from Texas. He was 7 feet tall. He would walk around the perimeter of my project a lot of the time, handing out information and helping me keep the crowds from, taking up my time. And so that was quite an interesting thing. Walter Hopps was a curator there at the time, who became, a few years later, the head of the Menil in Houston. And Walter was a very, very important, famous guy out of the L.A. scene, and had the gallery and so all that early quirky stuff. Ed Keenholz and some of those really grungy kind of guys that showed at the Ferris Gallery under Walter Hopps's leadership. That existed too. So Walter loved it that I was there, and he called me the Texano, or he called me the Texicano or something. He had a special word for me, and we did parties and barbecues and to promote the whole project.